A few weeks back, I did an episode in which I ranked the albums by Bruce Hornsby and the Range, and on today's episode of Northern Vinyl Guy, I will be counting down my 12 favorite songs from these albums and more. We will see you on the flip side. Hello everyone, it's Daryl the Northern Vinyl Guy, and I'm back at you with another video. And on this one, I am going to be ranking my 12 favorite songs by Bruce Hornsby, both as a solo artist as well as with his tenure with The Range. And so yeah, this should be an interesting one. I have not done a song ranking video yet since I've started my YouTube channel, so I'm really excited for this. And so yeah, without further ado, we will get going here in a minute, but I just want to thank everyone for their support of my channel. Now over 140 subscribers. And if you are new to the channel, I would love it if you could subscribe, leave me a thumbs up, leave some comments in the section below. If you're a returning visitor, I appreciate that support, and hope that you continue with my channel here. So yeah, without further ado, I am looking forward to this. Let me know what you think of these 12 choices. So yeah, if you haven't checked out my Bruce Hornsby video that I did a couple weeks ago, I will leave a link down below. And so in that video, what I did is I ranked Bruce Hornsby and the Range's 3 albums that they did in the 1980s, The Way It Is, Songs from the South Side, and then A Night on the Town. So these were the 3 that I did when I was ranking. I did not include as part of my ranking, just because it wasn't done necessarily with The Range, but I didn't include the Backdraft soundtrack, which has a couple of songs. Actually, in fact, most of it is either Bruce Hornsby or other individual like instrumentals and stuff like that. So yeah, I encourage you to check that one out. And one of my favorite albums of his from the 1990s, early 1990s, is the Harbor Lights album. So I will be including the songs off of those as well as part of my top 12. So without further ado, let's get this one going. So at number 12, off of the Night on the Town album, there is a song called Lost Soul. I would call it a duet with Shawn Colvin, who was best known for her song Sunday Came Home, but she was a part of this album along with a few other famous musicians, most notably Jerry Garcia of the Grateful Dead also took part in the, not on this song, but on this album. So yeah, Lost Soul at number 12. If you haven't heard it, check it out. It wasn't a top 10 hit or anything like that. I don't even know if it was released as a single. I don't believe it was, but really cool song. Check it out. At number 11, off of the Harbor Lights album, is the self-titled track for that, Harbor Lights. Just a very chill, mellow song. I do remember it when I was in high school. I used to work at a gas station, and I used to have the radio on all the time when I was working at that gas station. And yeah, I just used to throw it on. I think I had a CD or cassette tape. Used to put that on, but I also used to listen to it when it came on the radio. Harbor Lights at number 11. At number 10, we have The Show Goes On, which is the first song on side 2 of the Songs from the South Side album, but it also makes an appearance on the Backdraft soundtrack. Yeah, The Show Goes On. I don't know what more to say about it. It's just a very catchy tune. Yeah, check it out. I know that I'm not doing any favors for the song, but yeah, just give it a good check out, good listen. Yeah, Show Goes On. All right. Also from the Backdraft soundtrack, at number 9, is the song Set Me in Motion. And I think that, if I remember right, Set Me in Motion is played when they're doing some fire drills in the movie. I believe when they're going up the fire tower and stuff like that. Set Me in Motion, almost like a competition. I could be wrong, and it could be Set Me in Motion, but or the show goes on. But I believe it was Set Me in Motion as they're going up that fire tower. Pretty cool scene. If you haven't checked out the movie Backdraft, it is in my top 5 movies of all time. Not just because of the soundtrack, but Kurt Russell plays an amazing role in that movie. Yeah, I'm not going to give you any spoilers, but very sad, tragic ending at the very end. All right, that was number 9, Set Me in Motion. All right, at the number 8 spot, we have Look Out Any Window, and that is from the Tales from the South Side album, or Scenes from the South Side album. Not Tales. Scenes from the South Side album, and it is the first song on side 1 to kick off the album. And the reason that I really like Look Out Any Window is it's kind of one of these songs that kind of goes into some environmental issues and seeing what the world is and how it's kind of almost two-faced what people are doing. For example, there's a man working in a field, sees the rain and it's burning. He says this can't be real as he sees the color of the fields turning. Far away, the men too busy getting rich to care. So it's kind of like that two-edged thing where we know that something is going on. You look out your window, but then you realize that not everybody cares about the environment or what is right in front of them. So Look Out Any Window, great song at the number 8 spot from Scenes from the South Side. Number 7, we have Every Little Kiss, which is from the 1986 album, The Way It Is. And Every Little Kiss is, I just like it because it's not as piano heavy as a lot of the other Bruce Hornsby and the Range tracks. This one definitely does have a little bit more of that guitar flair to it. So if you haven't heard it, check it out. It was released as a single. Every Little Kiss at the number 7 spot. All right, so at the number 6 spot, we have On the Western Skyline, and that is the opening track to side 1 on The Way It Is album. It's a great song, great opener, possibly one of the best openers, I think, out of all the albums that I have, and definitely the best opening track on any Bruce Hornsby and the Range song, in my opinion. And the song kind of just focuses on, being lonely, wanting a relationship, coming in at night after a long week or 2 or even months of work and looking for some kind of a relationship. The lyrics do state, I know she's out there somewhere on the western skyline. Lonely women say a prayer on the western skyline. Earlier in the song it goes, I'm staring into the twilight, wishing I could find someone tonight. Just a great song. Not super heavy on the piano, but it definitely has some guitar, some piano, all that good stuff. Anything you'd want from an opening track at the number 6 spot on the western skyline. All right, next up, number 5, we have got Fields of Grey from the Harbor Lights album. And this is one that I definitely remember. Once again, it's kind of like the Harbor Lights one that I mentioned earlier, in which I remember listening to it on the radio. It's a very mellow song, very chill. And just kind of, I don't know, if you're looking for relaxation type music, I definitely would give this one a go. Fields of Grey at the number 5 spot. All right, at the number 4 spot, we have The Way It Is, the title track from The Way It Is album, 1986. And this is a very cultural song that's even still relevant today. Toys with themes of, homelessness and racism and things of that nature. Definitely went, top 40 in the United States and Canada. If you haven't heard it, definitely check it out. You can stream it pretty much anywhere, but give it a shot. But just to kind of give you an idea of some of the lyrics, because they can't buy a job. The man in the silk suit hurries by as he catches the poor old lady's eyes. Just for fun, he says, get a job. This idea that the rich person walking by just doesn't care about the homeless and thinks that, everyone is homeless just by choice, right? Sometimes there's situations and themes of racism, going back to the 1960s. Well, they passed a law in 64 to give those who ain't got a little more, but it only goes so far because the law don't change another's mind when all it sees at the hiring time is the line on the color bar. So, themes that we still have issues with in our society today, racism, discrimination, homelessness, all that good stuff. Still a relevant song. And unfortunately, I don't think that is going to change anytime soon. So, bravo to Bruce Hornsby and the Range for making the song and kind of opening us up to what's really going on in our world. So that was number 4. All right, at the number 3 spot, we have The Valley Road off the Scenes from the South Side album. It is the second song on side 1. And this song, in an interview with Bruce Hornsby and The Range, they said that the song was basically about being irresponsible. As he put it, a rich girl in a southern, South Virginian town was acting irresponsibly with some local country boys, and both of them had to deal with the ramifications of their actions. Great song. If you haven't checked out The Valley Road, please do so. Once again, this is rounding up my top 3. The Valley Road. All right, at number 2 is, probably my favorite song with a mandolin. I think it might even be the only song I know that has a mandolin that has ever become famous, and that is from The Way It Is, Mandolin Rain. This one's really chill. If you haven't heard this one, you're missing out. Mandolin Rain. Listen to the mandolin rain falling down. Really cool song. Let's see what we got here for the lyrics. Listen to the mandolin rain, listen to the music on the lake, listen to my heart break every time she runs away. Yes, it is a breakup song. If you want to wallow in self-pity, you can also do that with that particular song. However, I just like to listen to it on a rainy day. It is a great song. Mandolin Rain at number 2. Right, and finishing this out at the number 1 spot, my favorite song of all time by Bruce Hornsby and The Range is a song called Across the River. And this is from the A Night on the Town album. So I'm rounding this out. I started with the song from this particular album, and I am finishing it off with my favorite song off of this particular album. So yeah, only 2 songs from this album. So that should kind of give you an idea, if you haven't watched my previous video, of where this might fit into my rankings, at least with the albums. But my favorite song, Across the River, is about a girl who comes back to her small town and thinking that she had, left her problems when she had left that town, thinking that everything was going to be fine. She leaves the town, goes away for a while, and upon her return, it's still that same old town, and life wasn't greener when she returned. It was greener on the other side. And so small towns can be like that. I grew up in a small town. They're not necessarily, they're friendly, great place to raise your kids and stuff like that. But sometimes if you do things in those small towns, no matter how far you're gone, where you're gone, the length of time you're gone, when you return, sometimes those same situations just kind of creep back into your life when you return. So Across the River, great track. If you haven't heard it, it was one of the few singles that was released from the A Night on the Town album. Do check it out. And so we're going to finish this off with once again, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are new to the channel and you got this far, please leave some comments in the section below. Click the subscribe button. Leave me a thumbs up. And I hope to see you in future videos if you're a returning member of my channel. I appreciate the support once again. And, I hope to see you on the next one. And with that in mind, please stay safe. Take care, everyone.